Hello, clever people, and welcome to my review for Beautiful Boy. So Beautiful Boy stars Timothée Chalamet as a true life story of a man who got addicted to drugs and how he tried to fight it. And it also stars Steve Carell as the father of that boy. And it follows their relationship over a few years as the boy becomes addicted to drugs, as he abandons his family and tries to recollect his life and then isn't able to and falls apart again. And his dad through it emotionally through every step of the way, seeing how bad it got. And Beautiful Boy, it was a movie I was looking forward to because of Timothée Chalamet. He is an incredible actor. He was amazing in Call Me By Your Name. And people were saying that this performance could even rival that. I think that they're out of their minds. I don't think that this performance even comes close to Call Me By Your Name. But the performance is still amazing. And I just liked the premise. I thought that you could make a really good movie out of it. So I was excited for Beautiful Boy. And it delivered. I did like Beautiful Boy. I thought that there was a lot about it that was, no pun intended, beautiful. There's a lot of really amazing aspects of this movie. I think it was just bogged down by editing. I know I just said that in my Bohemian Rhapsody review, but it did feel that way. The movie feels really disjointed. When it starts, it just kind of abruptly starts, and as it's going through his life, I get what the director was trying to do. I get kind of his point, but I don't think that it really worked out as well as he wanted it to. Still, I did really appreciate the acting, the performances in this movie. Timothée Chalamet gives such a riveting performance as the lead character in this movie. And I think that Steve Carell also does a great job. Both of them, I think, had Oscars in their minds, and I don't think that they'll be nominated just because the movie wasn't really popular enough, which makes sense because this isn't a movie that's going to appeal to mainstream people. This is a really secluded, isolated, dark movie. It's extremely hard to watch. It's extremely depressing. And something I really appreciated about this movie is that they didn't shy away from the drug use. They didn't try to make it some sort of taboo thing where, oh yeah, he's addicted to drugs, it's making him fall apart. But we're not going to show it because it's too graphic. They didn't do that. They showed him putting the needles into his arm. They showed it in graphic detail, and that made it all the more haunting and saddening to see his character fall. Personally, I feel like the problems in the movie somewhat come in the script. I think that they should have put more of a focus on Timothée Chalamet's character and us being able to sympathize with him more. I liked his character. I liked the whole writer aspect to it, which totally added to the drug addiction, the fact that he was a writer addicted to drugs. But I feel like they spent so much time on Steve Carell's character, and it just didn't really work out because he wasn't as rich of a character, and I would have liked to spend even more time of the film on Timothée Chalamet. It felt like a 50-50 mix, but I think it should have been 70 Timothée, 30 Steve Carell. And one other thing that I'd like to bring up is that despite the fact that the movie seems like it does revolve around drug addiction, and drug addiction is often commonly associated with mental illness, but they don't go into that at all. They don't go into the mental illnesses that are going on in Timothée Chalamet's head, and I think that would have been great if they would have done that, because it could have added a whole other layer to the movie about mental illness, getting over mental illness, and how mental illness can lead to drug addiction and substance abuse. I think that you could have made a more riveting movie if you would have included more aspects like that and maybe focused less time on some of the repetitive nature of the movie. I get why it was repetitive. Stylistically, it made sense, but it did not make for a viewing experience that really immersed me. So in the end, Beautiful Boy is a movie with a lot of amazing concepts that maybe with a better editor and a better screenwriter could have been made into something amazing. The director did a great job with this movie. He knew what shots he wanted. He knew what type of pauses to use and what type of music to use. I think that was pretty good. There was some music issues, like during one of the more serious scenes, they're playing an opera song in the background and it doesn't work. And during another very serious scene, they're playing loud rock and it was kind of obnoxious. But I still appreciate the director's vision, and I think he's what makes this movie shine. So in the end of the day, Beautiful Boy, well done movie, well constructed, has its problems. But in the end, I will give Beautiful Boy a 7.5 out of 10. Alright, that concludes my review for Beautiful Boy. So, what are your thoughts on this film, or how do you feel about Timothée Chalamet as an actor? Comment in the comments section below and let me know. I'm Robert Burke, and this has been The Clever Critics. Goodbye.